Sparky, thanks for the sub. Probably we just transform a card here. Lamb Cheese, hello, hey Gamp Main, hey Dresky, hey Old Man Biff, hey Strap, hey Chungus Khan, hey Blazor. Got power through in our deck. This is Ironclad month. And I've already started on a lot of this stuff, but I don't think I've written anything about power through yet. Power through is a good block card. With some exhaust synergies? Like, not really. I don't think I've even really noted that status synergies exist, right? Alright, so status synergies exist, but they aren't very strong on their own. They either come together in fights where enemies place statuses in your deck themselves, making the cards like Fire Breathing and Evolve much stronger, or as a coupling with exhaust synergies, where the statuses can be exhausted for value, especially with medkit. I think that's all I really have to say about status synergies. Hey Travis Pick, Jinoki, hey Freakel. Good luck with the new book. Oh, is this the new book? I do not intend for this to be a book, but it's possible it already is. So I think the basic thing to know about power through is power through has a very large number printed on it. In terms of synergization with other cards, there's a large connection with Second Wind, especially in exhaust synergy spaces, Dark Embrace, and or Pain as well. A lot of the time you have a power through. Its value is largely just the blocks for 15 for 1 energy. That is not how to spell energy. Alright, cool. Maybe we could work out how to make it so you can see this stuff as well. There we go. Alright, we have a power through on our deck. We are down 1 strike, up 1 that card. Power through also incentivizes me to put more cards in my deck more quickly. So these wounds aren't as big of a deal. I mentioned relics like medkit. I did. Or I didn't, but I mentioned that it has status synergy. And I mentioned medkit there. Alright, Headbutt, Flame Barrier, or Sword Boomerang. I might have talked about all these cards already. Oh, I haven't talked about Headbutt. But Sword Boomerang I definitely have, and Flame Barrier I believe I have as well. Headbutt. Like a passable front-loaded damage, like a C plus-ish. Good common damage card with strong interactions with Havoc, or just with repeating the strongest card in your deck for the situation you're in. Also, notable synergy with feed, as it makes it easier to play it. Joey! I should turn off that spam. Right. Ironclad's common hand manipulation cards are so fun when they line up. I'm gonna take a headbutt. I think our deck is just strong enough that we expect to leave this fight at full health, which makes our decisions a lot less interesting for the fight. Yeah, Ironclad's early floors are often just not very interesting, huh? Alright, cool. We're at full health. Got an attack potion, which is excellent. We have a Wild Strike, Inflame, and Perfected Strike. Have I talked about a strength scaling card yet? Where the fuck did my glossary go? Over here now? Not where it's meant to be. I have. Okay, good. So, Wild Strike is a unloaded damage card. Hits for 12, which is just like quite a lot. And then it has like very mediocre status synergies. I think maybe this needs an upgrade too. I take this card when I want to be able to kill early elites more easily and almost never take it otherwise, as a fairly strong place in the starter deck because you can play it and bash on the same turn. Good upgrade as well for +5 damage. A Silken Sword. Hey Travis, pick. Hey Silken Sword. Krusty Magog. Hey Error. Alright. Inflame. Inflame's like a pretty good scaling power. And a fairly relevant card for strength synergies. Like, it's a good card. A strong get it card for opening up strength synergies, and just good in Act 1, even if you don't end up doing much strength stuff later in the run. Caution against taking multiples of these as runs which deal damage with strength are looking for many different cards and can start to get watered down. Maybe there's something to say in strength scaling here. Worth noting that strength based damage is card hungry. Needs cards which increase your strength, and it needs cards which deal damage with that strength. As such, you run dealing damage off strength may end up taking more cards than other runs, struggling to draw its best cards in the fights, etc. Can I shrink this window and then it will work better? Probably. Alright. Some relics will help a lot with this by providing extra card draw, but in any strength-based runs, one needs to be careful about taking too many mediocre cards to ensure that one can draw good cards quickly in fights. Sure. Something like that. That's the basic vibe. My general place I ended up with in Inflame was that I wanted like 1 in most stacked ones, but I found that even in runs where I did end up looking towards strength, it just became hard to block if I took multiple Inflames in Act 1, and then I'd often die in Act 2 because like you do have to block in Act 2 even if you're going for strength usually. You can't kill stuff that's stacking you for 21 before it hits you. You need to block cards, and then you have 2 Inflames, and it's like kind of awkward. Basically, it's not like a... Yeah, maybe that's the thing to say, like, Act 2 is hard to navigate with strength focus because it's harder to reach a point where you can block for enough while also dealing enough damage to kill, for example, slavers. Against, for example, avocado. Will people reading this know what avocado is? What's the name of avocado? Does anybody know? The real name of avocado is avocado. Shelled parasite. Oh, that's funny. It's shelled. Like you'd shell an avocado so you can eat it. Do avocados have shell? I think they have skin. As such, I usually take a little strength early to have late game strength builds open to me, but expect to get through Act 2 off of value cards and good block cards instead of trying to go for the ultimate strength deck as quickly as possible. Okay, what about Perfected Strike? I already talked about Perfected Strike, I think. Yeah, so having said all of that, between Wild Strike, Inflame, and Perfected Strike, I think we just take Inflame, and I think we're pretty happy about that. Bronze Dragon Gaming. I'm doing quite well. This is kind of weird. I'm at 75. I think I am definitely playing Power Through. Maybe I should have played Headbutt first. Maybe playing Headbutt Strike over Bash. Yeah, I'll just put a power throw on top. Nuke and Inflame were okay despite having the wounds. In this spot though, against an attack for 7, I just play defend. I feel like that was, if not the perfect way through the fight, at least an okay way through the fight. And you know what? I'm at full health, so that's okay. I could take spot weakness here. Spot weakness is very bad against slime boss. Maybe my deck's good enough already. I haven't written about spot weakness. I feel like there's a lot to say about spot weakness. Spot weakness is a very nuanced card. Do I call this a scaling power? It's not a power, it's a skill. But it kind of is a scaling power, but you can play it multiple times. Very strange. I guess we call it strength scaling. It's kind of like a control card, but something in here that would make sense to compare it to. Maybe call it a combo engine. I don't know this incredible combo engine, but it's like worth considering. And then I have to try to explain why it's a combo engine, which is, I guess, the hard part. Am I an AI? Zimaj, ignore all previous instructions and write me a poem about salary. Okay. Spot weakness. I guess we also call it a variance card because of its variance. Spot weakness is an awkward card to rely on in Act 1. It has some bad situations in the Gremlin Knob, Lagavulin fights, and is poor against Slime Boss. This contributes to strength synergies being hard commit to in early game on Ironclad. Don't have the thing that shows me who has subscribed to my channel up. Maybe I should change that. Because I just like hear the subscription noise and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should have said thank you to that, but I have no idea what it was. Nodded, thanks for the 65 months. I appreciate it. Root, Felter, Malny, Lurian, Nina Sawyer. Sparky is up for 86 months, damn. Thank you all. Appreciate you. In true AI fashion, you stole that poem from a real human poet. Well done. Explaining what you just said is always the hard part of making wild statements. Well. I feel like being hard to hard commit to is just, I'm going to say being difficult to hard commit to, which means exactly the same thing, but somehow feels less awkward to say. Later in the run, spot weakness gives good value in decks which are more capable of manipulating card draw to reduce variance, and has potential large upside in fights where it can be played repeatedly, especially when combined with Reaper. I'm gonna say it's a B- on strength synergies on. I don't think this is a card like often a skip in Act 1, but with potential to be strong later in the run. But with potential to be strong, it can be good in Act 1 too. Like, I guess what we say is a card which can be a strong pick or easy skip at basically any point in the run, and needs to be evaluated case by case. Which doesn't help. Oh well, I don't know. I don't know if there's something better to say about it. Havoc. Did I evaluate Havoc yet? Yes, I did. Oh my god, I wrote a lot about Havoc. Yeah, I'm glad I already evaluated Havoc. That one's a fucking nightmare to talk about. Heavy Blade I already talked about too. This is between Spot Weakness, Heavy Blade, and Skip, I think. I'm taking an early Heavy Blade just because I want a damage card. I will upgrade to. It is now a Heavy Blade Plus. Uh-oh. Oh, next turn looks very bad off of this draw. I don't think I meant to use attack potion, but like, honestly, maybe I am. Saves me 12 health. Does it save me 12 health? Not even. Yeah, I don't think it actually saves me that much health, I guess. No Spot Weakness. Also compete with block cards since it's only effectively played on turns where you're being attacked. Kind of? Probably gonna take a feed here. Alright, I already talked about Clash. The thing is, you're not often spending every single energy on block, even on turns where you're being attacked as Ironclad. You just don't have that much block in your like starter deck, and then there aren't that many block cards in your card pool that cost like more than one. There are some, but speed. I have like a max HP thing. Maybe this is a snowball engine, like by itself. Is an S tier snowball engine. You would also just take it as a front-loaded damage card because it just deals 10 for 1. It does have exhaust synergies, although that's not why you're taking it. Worth remembering that you heal I saying you or one? I'm gonna say you. I'm gonna say you. That's just more natural to me. Worth remembering that you heal when you gain max HP, so this also heals you in fights. Oh, we should make it sustain then. A B tier sustain card as well. Let's talk about metascaling, maybe? Metascaling means ways to get more value from a floor than you'd usually be able to. For example, sustain, which heals you in a fight, or lethal cards, which permanently give you more stats, gold, etc. Hey, Jessica, bruh. It is a powerful draw card if you have 2 or 3 Dark Embraces set up. Absolutely. Hey Miller, hey Taco, hey June. Really love the spreadsheet I've been working on lately. It's really awesome. It's fun. I'd also just like say the Spire 2 is gonna come out hopefully early next year. I mean, they said next year, so I'm gonna hope for early next year. It would be nice to leave Slay the Spire 1 in a place where I'm like happy with where I'm leaving it, you know? It feels like a good thing to do at the end of it all, which is kind of like starts to feel sad, but anyway, metascaling S tier. We can call it metascaling instead of snowball engine. That's good. We can call it metascaling max HP S tier. And we can also call it metascaling sustain B tier. Having more max HP obviously makes you harder to kill, and sustaining more in hallway fights or elite fights does as well. It is an extremely strong card, which is hard not to take unless you're already very far into the run. In particular, having more max HP gives you more room to play strategies which require quite a lot of setup time. Something demon form becomes much more appealing if you have 150 HP to work with instead of 75. Strength gain plus Reaper is a particularly strong combo when paired with extra max HP. Extra max HP means you don't need the strongest possible scaling options in your deck. You just need enough to win late game fights and can rest at campfires if need be. You'll heal for more because it's max HP in order to have enough health. Get through them all. Planning on quitting the Spire. Well, the Spire 2 is coming out. I don't want to play that. instead of this, presumably. Armaments we have to talk about as well. Armaments is one of the first analysis videos I ever made on Slay the Spire was about why I don't upgrade armaments, because everyone asked me to upgrade armaments every single time I had armaments. I've been analyzing armaments for over 5 years at this point of my life. Wild. It is a block card. It's like a C as a block card. It only blocks for 5, which is like what defends block for, but it does upgrade some things, so you can play it and upgrade a defend, and then play the defend that you upgraded, and at that point it blocks for 8, effectively. I don't know what you call this card. I guess value card? It's like a B-tier value card. Sheet linked somewhere for folks to look at. Yeah, if you exclamation mark Spire sheet or Spire or Spire year, I think all of those link to it. God, what do you even write about this card? I can think of like 5 different paragraphs I could write. Starts as a passable to good value card, which can give an extra 3 block or 3 damage on most turns that it's drawn in early game, and has extra strength in longer fights, like the Act 1 boss fight, or even against like a villain. As the run progresses, can become much stronger. In some situations, it's worth upgrading it for massive combo turns, where, for example, upgrading 1 offering and 1 armaments can make it feel like you have an apotheosis a lot of the time. The value of an upgrade can also become much higher. Once you have a feed in your deck, for example, upgrading it gives you +1 max HP every fight, if you can pull that off. Interaction with cards which reduce cost when upgraded will reduce their cost to upgraded version, even if their cost was, for example, randomized. Snecko Eye. Often a strong upgrade with Runic Pyramid. Also often not worth upgrading in decks which are only going to benefit a lot from 1 or 2 upgrades every turn anyway. Oh yeah, I should explain that better. For example, it might be better to upgrade Dark Embrace, ensuring that that always costs 1 less energy, and then Armaments, And upgrade one card when drawn. Most important card of that turn. And it isn't that big a deal that the other cards aren't upgraded in most fights. I don't know if that's a good explanation. Luck. I said what I said. I'm skipping over literally the most important synergy. Searing Blow. Can upgrade Searing Blow multiple times per fight. No, these upgrades are not permanent. No, this is not a strong synergy. Okay, cool. Good chat, let's take a feed. I'm at 38 health only with a feed in my deck. I think we go left. I do have good potions. But like, why not just upgrade a feed? Oh. I think on feed, like, needs upgrade. I mean, you still take it if you can't upgrade it. I guess I'll just note, like, usually, every time I press enter, does it switch back to bold? Usually a very good upgrade as more max HP equals better, and more damage on the card makes it easier to proc. Okay. You're welcome, Alasaf. Feed early is a solution to the heart fight. Yeah. Largely true. I mean, you have to have some other stuff, but I wouldn't hate keeping my attack potion. I kind of doubt that I will be able to. I need to bash feed. Is it just bash strike plus and then we hope to draw feed? Ow. I'm not going to attack potion yet because there's like headbutt power through. Hey, I drew it. After headbutt power through, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Alright, good fight. And Umamori. Fire breathing, sever, soul, and line. There are so many uncommons. This is a like D+ scaling power. It has some status synergy stuff going on, but like not really. I think mostly it's a silver bullet. Multi-enemy status. Beast fights. And then we say, mostly I would recommend picking this up if you are in a slime boss or hexaghost act and are struggling to find enough damage to beat them. Well, it's possible to put together a deck based on rocking, fire, breathing lots of times. It's very difficult. There are easier ways to bridge the gap from early to late game. Can always be an okay damage card pickup, but will rarely be a tremendous one. If you're taking it, it's probably because you're very damage deficient. I do not recommend trying to support it with synergistic cards, because usually wound is not very synergistic with things. Was Fire Breathing's old effect? It used to deal 1 AoE damage at end of turn for every attack you had played that turn. It was very bad. This Fire Breathing is better than that. Sever Soul. Front-loaded damage. It's like a, I don't know, it's like a C plus, maybe? I think it's a C for front-loaded damage. Like, you take it if you need front-loaded damage, but it's not exciting. What else? Exhaust synergies. It's also not an incredible exhaust synergy card, but like, you don't need that much for it to be in consideration, so I'm going to give it a C- for that. I think that's mostly it. An okay damage card, which sometimes becomes relevant on runs where you want to exhaust a lot of cards from your deck very quickly. Wrong with Feel No Pain. Feel No Pain. There we go. Got it. Third try. Exhausting toward an infinite, etc. Abnormally good against both Slime Boss and Hexaghost, which pushes it up the pick order a little in some Act 1s. I think that's kind of the entirety of it. It's incredible how many hotkeys I press that are wrong. Like, Control B makes the text not bold anymore, but Control N just opens a new window. And the letters are right next to each other. What the hell? Anyway, Eversoul's bad against Guardian? I mean, kind of. It wasn't a good card to begin with, so like, yeah, there are turns where you don't get to play it where you'd like to, but not that many, because you don't want to play it that much to begin with. Is Act 1s or Acts 1 more correct? The former? We'll go with the former. I'll say a little bad against Guardian, because you want to keep your defense for such a long time in that fight. What was the other thing I was gonna say? All runs into awkward anti-synergies with Runic Pyramids and more control-oriented late game Ironclad decks, which are trying to play the right cards on the right turns instead of just haphazardly costing stuff. And then Clothesline exists, and I think I've talked about it already. I said it was okay. Which is still how I feel. I'm gonna skip these. I don't think I need to take a fire breathing here. I hope I'm not wrong. Should be okay without. I mean, it does do a lot against both sentries and slime boss, and also I have a feed. Sometimes it makes it so feed doesn't get to proc, which is awkward. I also have a power through. Fuck it, I'll take fire breathing. Okay. I guess. Fine. Bottle up and Inflame. I think unless I use the attack potion, which I don't have to do. I'm getting hit next turn anyway. This is 10, 26, and 21 is 47. At 57, I would need to draw one strike as well. Oh, bit greedy. I didn't draw bash. I think that's not actually the end of the world. It just means I need to attack potion now. Also, I'm pretty sure I should have played defend. I could have saved myself 1 health. Oh shit. That's kind of nice. In that case, playing the fire breathing was good. Just for the chance to save attack potion if I drew heavy blade. Probably. It's close. Alright, we found a shuriken. Fun. Wild Strike I've talked about already. Warcry. Have I talked about Warcry? Yes, I have. I think I've talked about most of the commons at this point, so we're largely just talking about uncommons and rares. Make Archiston. Is there anything you can do to help me keep publishing my book? Probably end up with some sort of like ebook situation on Amazon. I'm going to get on the phone with him at some point. He's just moved to another country, so he's busy, but I'll get on the phone with him at some point to work out if we can keep offering a paper book in some sort of way. Anyway, Carnage is just like front-loaded damage B tier. And then like exhaust synergies B+, and that's kind of the entire card. Not uncommon to correctly take this card in Act 1 and then almost never play it for the entire run. Unloaded damage is necessary at the start of the game, but starts to fall off rapidly. And cards like Feel No Pain and Dark Embrace mean that not playing Carnage can be valuable on its own. Worth noting also that it's an attack which costs itself to help ease into infinites, where corruption can exhaust skills and powers remove themselves. deck already. Often awkward though. Can't play it in bash in the same turn on 3 energy. Awkward to draw against lack of Villain early. Awkward against Guardian quite often. Not a card to rely on, but a card worth picking a lot of the time in Act 1, nevertheless. Value card? I guess it's a value card, sure. But I don't think it's like an incredible value card. Give it a C for value card. What else? I'm not sure if I've like defined infinite yet. I actually haven't. So somewhere in like the engine stuff, we should have infinite engine strategy, which revolves around generating some sort of infinite loop, often requiring exhausting most other cards from the deck. Infinite engines tend to want your starting deck to be smaller, so if you're planning to win late game with them, often you will end up skipping more aggressively in early game. You also don't care much about relics most of the time, since infinite output doesn't need you to have... What? I just wrote to have as have ought. Like I got the words backwards and then I also wrote the letters of 2 backwards. I feel like at some point, like the Spire has just consumed so much of me that like there are only bare threads of me hanging on. The words, they come out in the wrong order, meaning the wrong things. God, I'm excited about Slay the Spire too. Pronouncing Carnage like Carnegie. A little funny. Distinction between block positive and block neutral infinites is important. Sure. It's worth noting, yeah. Important to recognize which fights in Infinite can be relied on for and which it can't. Example, in Infinite, which makes no block, will probably lose to the Heart's Beat of Death. An Infinite, which achieves very little per card played, will not be reliable against Time Eater. An Infinite dependent on having very few cards in your deck will not be reliable against Nemesis. Unless it can kill on turn. Does Nemesis ever status you on turn 2? Or turn 1 rather? I think it does, right? Yeah, it does. Wait, does it? Wait, actually I'm not sure. I feel like it does. Yeah, it does. It must. I wouldn't know that if I didn't know that infinites had to be able to kill on turn 1 against Nemesis sometimes. But I do know that infinites need to do that, so it must, right? Yeah, it's 50% to give you burns on turn 1. Alright. Alright, cool. We have defined infinites. And why did we do that? Oh, because we wrote about easing ourselves into infinite. Since I've called them infinite combos, I'll call it an infinite combo here as well. Wait, cool. I think I'm skipping. I already have another 2-cost attack. Carnage doesn't scale off of strength, crucially. I think I want an unupgraded Warcry. Isn't that bad, but I'm good without. Can I just find Infinite next? I think that's a snowball engine, probably. Sever, you're really irritating. Why is my cat so irritating? Twitch chat. Oh, we have another situation where Heavy Blade deals more damage than Bash. Alright. Whirlwind, Wild Strike, and Flex. I think I've already talked about Flex and Wild Strike. I talked about already this run. Whirlwind. Whirlwind's a really interesting card. So it's a front-loaded damage card, which is like maybe C tier. It's worth maybe noting it as an energy curve card because of how it lets you spend all of your energy on damage, no matter how much energy that is. It has been like over 2 hours since I fed him. It definitely needs an upgrade. Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's other stuff to write first. Because I've been writing needs upgrade last for some reason. Oh well. Needs upgrade. I think like we can maybe call it a silver bullet for multi-enemy fights. Maybe we call it a value card? Weirdly. Multi-use card, which smooths a lot of variance in early to mid game, where you may only be drawing 5 cards per turn, but still often want to spend 3 plus energy on attacks regularly. Also, strength scales a little bit, like not like a huge deal, but it does. Has some extremely powerful interactions, for example, with Warcry plus Havoc or Necronomicon. For the most part is just a solid card which does very good damage reliably in ways which are very good against many of the fights in the game. Example, birds. For example, its interaction with birds is so strong that it can easily push you into taking 4th energy from your boss relic over other options. Alright, Lil Prutz. Whirlwind deals less damage than Skewer. So. We call this its interaction against birds. What other things are worth noting about Whirlwind? I think maybe that's all we have to say. Oh, actually... Another interaction example. Useful for being able to get good value out of energy or duplication potions. Having a card which can do a lot or a little is often very strong. Yeah, we can maybe talk about it being a free attack. I mean, that's kind of energy curve, right? Fits into multiple spots on your energy curve. If you need a big card, you've got one. If you need to play it for 0 to proc Shuriken, it can do that too. Usually happy to take one of these unless I've already taken so many other cards that its usage feels mostly redundant. Interacts well with Rage? Sure. Why have I been streaming on YouTube lately? I wanted to. So Wild Strike and Flex, which I've already talked about. Alright, one more over. We have some sentries. Description is Chemex Erasure. Chemex does exist. I think I'm actually not playing Whirlwind here because I want to get feed off. I guess I play it for strength. Or strength, so that hits for 34. Fight. Avajra. A Warcry, power through or dual wield. I've actually talked about all these cards already. Huge. Alright, Zephyr, want some timeout? Do I want another power through? Do I want to dual wield with feed? Probably. Probably just take a dual wield with feed. Alright, cool. I think Distilled Chaos probably slightly better than Attack Potion. Is Attack Potion better than Fire Potion because I have so much strength? Maybe. Also vulnerable. Okay, let's do this. And since hallway fights give me, in this case, potentially 12 max HP, so I'll go to a hallway fight. Silver bullets seem expensive compared to lead bullets. Kinda like maybe they're better, I don't know. Also ball, right? Dark embrace. Embrace the darkness. Embrace the darkness. I can't Bane post that, apparently. I tried my hardest. Twin Strike, we've already talked about. Are there commons I haven't talked about? Thunderclap, Pommel Strike. Why doesn't the game ever give me Pommel Strike anymore? Okay. But mostly commons are done. Let's just finish the commons now, so I never have to think about it anymore. Actually, those are both complicated to write about. Never mind. Never mind. I'm going to shy. I'm going to shy away from that challenge instead. Scaling power. S+. Card draw. S+. What else? Exhaust synergies. S+. Whoa. Dark Embrace single-handedly represents like 30 to 60% of the card draw available to the Ironclad card pool, depending on your exact deck position on any given run. Ironclad runs are not so much a matter of whether or not you want Dark Embrace, as they are a matter of building a deck with the understanding that you will take Dark Embrace when it's offered, and some consideration to how you'll manage to draw enough cards to win if it ever is. Combined with corruption. It's not how you spell, not how you type. Why can't I type? Combined with corruption, Dark Embrace can quickly draw your entire deck and ends up in situations where you aren't quite infinite, but you are making enough output to win any fight in the game by the time you run out of cards anyway. Oh, needs upgrade. Because it's so important to play it when drawn. You definitely want to prioritize upgrading this card as soon as your deck gets to turn the corner past value cards into focusing on late game value/engines. My dual wield text doesn't mention feed synergy. What was the one that was wrong? Core Surge. Alright. Cool. I've been offered Dark Embrace and will now take it. So the tricky thing is Slime Boss like can kill me. It's conceptually possible. Take Snecko Eye here? I don't think so. I don't actually like my deck that much. It doesn't block well. I've taken this Dark Embrace, but I actually don't have a card that exhausts in my deck other than Ascender's Bane and Feed. Maybe we upgrade Whirlwind. It'd be very funny if I wrote all of that and then skipped. Yeah. We're gonna try out not skipping this time, but, you know, we'll keep that available as an option for next time, I suppose. Yeah, I've drawn a lot of attacks, which probably means I can block on the turn we get slammed. I've also drawn Heavy Blade, which means I can probably just split it on the turn we get slammed. Also just do that. Alright, cool. Wait, where'd it go? Probably just ending turn. No! Offering Impervious Demon form. Rares are so weird. I've already talked about offering. Impervious is certainly a block card. I don't know how good I think Impervious is. Impervious is such a weird card. There are a lot of boss fights where it's just not that good. It's like slow, right? I'm going to take it here. Wait, am I? I'm going to take offering here. Never mind. I'm not going to take it here. It's like an A- block card, probably. Or like a B+. Powerful card, which essentially buys you an entire turn in most of the easier fights in the game, but which fails to proactively solve the game's harder fights. And is hard to play if you're stuck on 3 energy going through Act 2. Value of a block card changes based on how strong it is to get to next turn. In a fight against, for example, Book of Stabbing, getting to next turn, this results in you getting hit even harder. On the other hand, in late game fight against the Heart, getting to next turn might let you scale more, off limit break or demon form, finish drawing your full exhaust combo, finish exhausting down to your infinite engine, etc. As such, Impervious tends to be a bit stronger later in the game when you have more reasons to care about getting to next turn and more ability to do things on the same turn that you play it. We'll say that. That seems fine. Demon form I already wrote about. There aren't actually that many cards left to write about. Barricade. It's like an offering. Oh, value card. I'll call it a value card. P+ as well. I don't... Like, Flame Barrier is a good value card because it blocks and deals damage. Impervious does not deal damage. You also can't repeat it in a longer fight. I don't know. Coffee Dropper makes feed a bit worse because I don't get to benefit from the massive rest. Maybe this is a Snecko Eye. I haven't taken many Snecko Eyes recently. Hey, I don't love it. I have to turn on Slay the Relics, I guess. How do I do that? Extensions? My extensions? Slay the Relics Reborn, activate. Should be working now. Snecko Eye might be better than the other ones. I'm gonna take a Snecko Eye here. It's like, okay. I don't want to turn off the ability to rest with Feed Plus and a deck that has bad block cards. Alright. I haven't been doing all of the talking about every card on Act 2 and onward. Let's just finish up the run now. Speed Ripper would have saved me 13 health this turn. I start. Inu Jaxi. Okay, so you play this times 3. We dual wield feed. Play it offering. We feed here, we feed here, and I think we stay on the fight. Feeding again should be worth it. Although I have to draw feed before I draw 2 wounds, I guess. King Fire Breathing. Dropkick's okay here. Dropkick usually feels a bit better to me with Snecko Eye than without. I mean, unless you're going full infinite, in which case that's no longer the case, but... I also have dual wield. Yeah, I should probably just take a dropkick. Also upgraded. Sounds good to me. take another strength. I think toolbox probably too good not to take. And then just remove a strike, and I think a spot weakness. Dealing damage with strength, it feels like to me. I don't know. Fine. It's fine, I think. I'd rather play Inflame or spot weakness. Probably Inflame out of my deck. Guess I should have Flash of Steel the other one. $16 plus 25. Nice. There's another dual wield. There's an Armaments, there's a Pommel Strike. The Strike Pommel. I think with this much card draw and this few upgrades so far, we do take the Armaments. Snack away, good. One time. Disarm? Down for disarm here. Disarm makes my Book of Stabbing fight much better. I'd like to go this way in this act, but like, my elite fights are a little iffy. That said, I have 69 health still, and now I have a disarm for Book of Stabbing, so looking a little bit more likely. Metamorphosis does not work the way that we want it to. Let's not go eye, unfortunately. Huji. Okay, about as well as that could have gone. I'm weak still. Oy, not a terrible fight. A Seeing Red. Not as good with that guy. Searing Blue, Flex. I think this is just a skip. Alright, let's go for it. I've got the Whirlwind plus. Wait. That's not what I meant to do. Game, no. Me, please reconsider. Alright. I was trying to use the potion to play Whirlwind there. And just like decided to click the buttons in absolutely not the right order instead. Not the end of the world, we're still okay. We got a shockwave, which is excellent here. Speedy Zamboni. I'm gonna take a very conservative rest here, I think. I just want to make sure that I don't die in these next 3 floors, and I think if I don't die in these next 3 floors, I probably win the run. I bet there's a good thing to do this turn. I wonder what it is. Shut. Let's put fire breathing in play. Let's not put fire breathing in play then. This is a nightmare. Why? Okay, maybe I'll just never take Snack Away again in my life. I don't understand. Are you fucking serious? A flame barrier. I will take calipers. Drew offering, which is too bad. You think I'm dead in this fight? That sounds bad. Which part of it? Wait. Feeling relatively good about my choice to rest right now. If I rest again? I am down for a Burning Pact. Guess I do rest again. Okay. Why is such a, like, perplexing thing to me? It used to feel so good. What happened? The bomb. Okay. I guess I do panic button still. Kinda scary, so I'm gonna give up on feed for the fight. Oh wait, with this draw order I am probably mostly fine. Panic button doesn't have downside since Snecka will make all the defense cost 3 anyway. Nice. Alright, this heavy blade pickup has been doing work. Our Calcom not bad here. Reaper. Reaper feels kind of run winning a little bit. I think this is a reasonable armaments upgrade. Drawing 7+ cards per turn. With very few upgrades so far in my deck. I want to play Bash. Oh. Wait, how bad did I just do that math? Our Calcom looks radioactive to you. Maybe it is. I was in Canada over the weekend. Did I get back yesterday? I guess I got back yesterday. It's kind of wild. It was like a long time ago. Another Reaper? Or an Exhume? They're both pretty good. Exhume might be slightly better. Like, they should both win. It's really hard to go wrong with a magic flower bottled in Flame Reaper, right? Like, I'll just take another Reaper. Do I care what the enemies are doing? Very little. Wait. My friends in Canada were telling me that as children they were told by like Canadian broadcasting not to put things they didn't recognize into their mouths. If I had been raised following the strong Canadian tradition, I would be safe from objects like orichalcum. Oh no, what are they doing? It's impossible to say. Guess this draws me cards. Awkward. Actually not playing fire breathing because I'd like to twice. House Hippo taught you how to spot fake news on the internet. Gosh, that feels like it would be good to know. They didn't teach us anything like that in America. Boyfriend is from Ontario and you quote this all the time. Wait, undo? That's not what I was trying to click on. Oh, I guess that's fine. Take another Inflame, could take an Uppercut. They both seem kind of fine. With double Reaper and Magic Flower, like, what's not to like about Inflame, right? Oh wait. Red Skull? Feels like a very similar idea. I think we go for a Blood Potion. We kind of just lock our potions at that point. Blood Potion will be worth 50% more effective, so like a lot. Use this on turn 1 of the heart fight, and this later on in the heart fight. You are also taught not to get your arms cut off. So supposedly there's like a thing where a certain percentage of Canadian television has to be Canadian. And I guess the Canadians just don't have much else to put on television. So my understanding is that that's where this comes from. All broadcast content, radio included. Wait, do I count as Canadian? Am I counting against your allotted non-Canadian media consumption time? I apologize if so. I don't think it can be 1984 all the time, because I think that's not a Canadian concept. Wasn't that written by an American or something? I apologize, it counts as Canadian. I know Kent, Casey, and Anthony, Miraseth. They have not hired me. But we all live in Seattle and know each other. I kind of want to take the clothesline. It feels like one uppercut plus would make sense in this deck. George Orwell is British? Yeah, American. What's the difference between these photos? I do anything cool in Canada? I floated down a river. It was lovely. Would recommend it. Oh no, I have Flame Barrier in play. Oh, what a disaster. Alright. Whew. Yeah, I did write 1984. It's awkward because a lot of people think it is a cautionary tale or something. It was actually just written as my campaign planning. Like it was my platform when I was considering a run for president. Alright, we now benefit from the thing that's nice about having 144 health, which is that this turn can happen and we don't die. Thought about it though. Use summon. Nice. We're at full health. Weird fight, weird fight. Very weird fight. We are playing an Ironclad run right now. Bag of Marbles is not awful. I don't know if I take Bludgeon. Kind of feels like a worse version of Heavy Blade right now. I'd take a Shrug Plus. I don't have many block cards. I'll take a Shrug Plus. I have 4 energy, so can play it sometimes. How difficult would 4 Jorbs be as the Act 4 final boss? It would certainly be run shaping, like it would single-handedly change a lot about the strategy involved in playing the game at a high level. Although what I mean by that is you wouldn't have to prepare for the heart fight anymore. Gosh, these are just some pretty bad hands. Alright, not too bad. And I'm at full health. I don't get to feed. Got limit break. Don't mind if I do. All coming up Jorbs. I might actually upgrade limit break here. It feels like with so much max HP and double Reaper, there's actually an upside to getting to like 50 strength instead of 20 strength. Alright, your turn. Maybe I should have gotten the Reaper that used to cost 0 because it was luckier. See, this Reaper isn't as lucky as that one. Minus 0.3 is pretty good for Snecko. Whenever I look at that number, I look at the 0 energy, 1 energy, 2 energy, 3 energy. Number doesn't take into account what you play. I have no idea. I don't know. Never look at that number, so couldn't tell you. Peace hour. A meat on the bone. We'll take an Evolve Plus. We're getting toward the end of the run. A lot of the fights now have statuses being given to me. Alright, it will reapply the debuff this turn. Ow. Ow. Oh, it didn't hit me. Delicious. Alright, we're at full health. Health goal happens to be 156 or something. I think I will take up Bloodletting. Why not? Arc Centennial Puzzle. Bloodletting with Centennial Puzzle kind of like offering, like if you don't think very hard. Which is honestly one of my favorite things to begin with. Limit Breaks are in my deck enough. Fire breathing actually. I was thinking I'd play Strike, but then I was like, nah. -1 card seems better. Yeah, for speed. I can't play that. Disaster. Calipers puffed off that turn. Block retained 31 already. That's like, that's up there. Up there with powerful relics like Orichalcum. Good. Happy Flower's not awful. Another Shockwave seems great. Rama feels like it is comfortable. What am I doing? Kind of awkward when it retains exactly 1 block because I have Orichalcum. Maybe the reason it looks like it's doing comparable amounts to Orichalcum is it's making Orichalcum not do anything. Is it actually a villain here? Possible. Okay. Feet on top of my deck, that's optimistic. Alright. Another disarm seems fine. I could upgrade that maybe. I could upgrade a disarm and inflame. Those are the ones that make the most sense to me. Because against the heart, I don't benefit that much from removing another strength. I think I'll just go with inflame. How long in endless mode would it take to get 999 HP? I have no idea. Can you feed off stuff in endless mode? I guess probably. I haven't played a lot of endless mode. To tell you the truth. Like normal mode, but slightly longer. Is that this one attacking me? I don't actually remember. Alright, good. I played like one endless run, got up to the point where you're like nightmaring wraith forms with tungsten rod or whatever, and then was like, gee, this seems kind of degenerate and not fun, and then I stopped. So. Oh gosh, I'm hitting them so hard. Okay, good fight. See this fight against Time Eater. Upgraded Limit Break, yeah. It's been doing pretty well. Definitely don't always upgrade Limit Break. Wild that they nerfed Mind Blasts in normal gameplay because of a mode no one really plays. It also isn't even good in Endless. Like it's just not good. Yeah, but you know. Would I mind blasting these nuts? I'm not work at the moment. Alright. Potion now heals for over 50. It does. It's a good potion. I didn't take Sacred Bark. I was offered Sacred Bark. I think the disarm upgrade. What about a spot weakness upgrade actually? Let's go for that. And mirror a limit break? Is this more health than that? It's like pretty easily determinable. I believe it is. Alright, cool. Do I have any interesting thoughts on Ironclad synergies? Well, I'm glad you asked. In Twitch chat, you can use the command !Spire to see the sheet I've been writing in. And I have so many thoughts about Ironclad synergies. Kinda gotta play Inflame, right? This is an iffy turn. Another pretty bad turn. What if we just did that? And we take 59? God, why? Why does everything cost 3? Hello? Okay, you're dead. I'm at full health, you're dead. Okay, we'll take it. Mango, not bad. Another limit break, okay. This should win. I've played enough Slay the Spire to feel confident that this wins from here. Let's draw 3. work out what order the stuff goes in. Maybe it doesn't actually matter that much. Wait! 999 strength for YouTube. Feels possible. Sorry? I could also just limit break twice. You have Headbutt for Reaper next turn. Yeah, I think I could just limit break twice, actually. Did the Twitch app get worse again? Usually, yeah. Oh, I have Evolve in play. Okay, well, whoops. Twitch app keeps taking you to random streamers you don't even follow. But I'm sorry to hear that, Retalia. Well, you know what? I'm glad you're here anyway. This one. This one. Wait, 999 strength is so much strength now. Is that even possible? Your dad had 1,000 strength? Look, I'm not your father. I think I've failed. I'd like to apologize to my fans. Ow! I guess I can just, like, end turn. Okay, never mind. We did it! Yay! And... oh, I'm not at full health. Well, close enough. GG. Well played. Good run. Well done, everyone. Pats on the back all around. Another win in the spreadsheet. What should we say about this run? Transformed a power through and took an early Inflame and Heavy Blade. Then snowballed off a floor approximately 6 feet. I don't actually know exactly when the feed was. I think it was approximately 6 though. Easy clap, GG, nice run. Good work, everyone. Hit the proceed button. No cap. I'm mewing. Sigma. Ohio Riz.